Smith.
And I'm Bill Cartwright. And today is October 8th, 2025. And we just recently had a great visit with Sean and some of the many volunteers at Bethany Center. We'll be showing that to you in just a little bit. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Don't forget, keep on our show so that you can see that, because it's going to be really interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
There's a lot more involved than what
people realize at Bethany.
So, Bill,
yes.
What have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been trying to relax a
Besides getting your tires changed on your truck.
Well, yeah, there was that, yes. But we're kind of winding down now. They're at the church of the new building that we're getting ready for the public and all. We've been working on that, and we're kind of winding down now from that, which is a good thing. So it was time to rest.
The Sunday, the rest after the 6 days of work.
Right. So it's been a lot more than 6 days, but that's basically what we've been doing. And then of course family stuff, getting together with family and doing all that. So that's basically it. I haven't been that busy right here lately. So, but yeah.
Well,
what have you been doing?
We can fix that. I
know. It feels kind of good not to have a lot to do right now.
Well, I'm not. There's not much for me to talk about either because, as you know, we just got back from Texas.
Yeah.
And we drove down.
Did you have a good time?
The Kings, Clorinda and Steve.
Yep.
And yes, it's nice because now that we're retired, I don't feel like we have to drive 12 and 14 hours a day.
Right.
To get somewhere. So we go about 5-6 hours, and then we stop and have a little nap, and then we go out for dinner to a nice little restaurant in whatever area we're in, stay in a hotel, and then the next morning we don't get up extra early. Not like all these people who think vacation is meaning at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No.
Nope. We try to be ready to be back on the road around 9, and then go another 5-6 hours, and to get to where we were going was several nights in a hotel. But my most important thing was that when I was in high school, I believe I don't really remember, but I think I was a junior in high school when our president was shot. Kennedy was shot in Dallas. And, at that time, that was a really interesting thing, and it was really emotional for the country. And it's been on my bucket list to go there, to the plaza, and to see the school book depository where the gunman was and do all of that. So as we were traveling down to Texas, we went by way of Dallas, and we visited the site where Kennedy was shot, and that's one thing off my checklist now. Yep. But we also had family dinner out. Since we got back right away, we had that. And that's always a really nice thing. I recommend to any of you who have children,
absolutely,
when they become adults and busy, if you can just once a month, go together, go out for dinner, have nice conversations.
We try to do that with our kids.
It's just really a nice thing to do.
So, it is. You get caught up on things.
Yeah, and the last couple times, not all of them can go, but we set a date, and whoever can go goes, and whoever can't misses that one. We don't reschedule. A few years ago we did that, and every time we would reschedule, we'd have to change it again. Pretty soon it never happened. Yeah. So we've decided now we set a date, we do it, and whoever can be there is there. Yeah. So that's a nice thing.
Speaking of that, real quick, let me just interject something because I forgot to talk about one of the events that was fun for us is we went to Sevierville, Tennessee with my youngest daughter and her family, and Kay's cousin and her daughter came over with us, and we rented a cabin, and we just had a wonderful time just relaxing, chilling out, like I said.
And I really like Sevierville. If anybody doesn't know, that's like related to Gatlinburg and to the other place. The place I like most. Anyway, and one time we went down there, drove all the way down there to buy Christmas decorations for Allison Manor because Sevierville, they had...
a Christmas store.
And they also had a manufacturing there. And we bought these big, huge snowflakes.
We went to the Christmas store, by the way.
Did you?
Yes,
well, your wife collects collects that stuff.
Well, not so much anymore. And we also went to one of our favorite restaurants down there. It's called The Local Goat.
The Local Goat.
The Local Goat. And I'll tell you what, good food. Really good.
Do they serve goat?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no,
that.
not a problem at all. The last thing that we did, as far as listing things that have gone on, the Piqua Caldwell Historic District had another beautification committee meeting. And we're working along with Kyle Hinkleman of the city to try to modernize, bring up to date, and make really attractive the boulevard on Caldwell Street. New plantings and flowers and just all kinds of stuff. And so we've been having discussions regarding that. And now that the farmers market is over, which is kind of sad, I was really beginning to enjoy that. I went every week and I would buy things, and most recently the last thing I got was eggplant, and I really like eggplant, but our chef was always amazing at making it. But right now I don't know much how to do it, but I'm going to try.
Well, that's what you should do.
I try.
Give it a try, because you usually come up with some pretty good recipes.
Well, sometimes, and then sometimes there's those things
that don't work out, but that's okay.
Oh boy, have you seen those? Anyway.
Yes.
So we've got events, but you won't be having too much with farmers market. So go ahead and talk about some of your events.
So the first event I want to talk about is one that's going on right now through October 11th. So that's the Bradford Pumpkin Show. So that's always a fun time. It's downtown Bradford. You can go down there, have a good time. A lot of great things are going on there at the Bradford Pumpkin Show. It's always a lot of fun.
They got a big pumpkin there usually.
Yeah, they do. Usually, several. Usually, quite a few. They have, I think, a contest for that.
I still like the confetti. I can't help it.
Yeah, the confetti gets a little much at times, but
that's what makes it fun.
As long as you're throwing it, you're fine. But if you're receiving it, it's not so fine. So anyway, but that's a fun event. I would suggest going and doing that. And then we have another program coming up. It's called Vet Fest. This is at the Miami County Fairgrounds, and it's a special guest. They have special guest speakers announcing that Sammy Lee Davis, Medal of Honor recipient from the Vietnam War, will be joining us as a guest speaker at the Vet Fest 25. So his inspiring story of bravery, selflessness on the battlefield will leave you in awe, and we can't wait for you to hear it firsthand. But the Vet Fest, it's a lot of fun. They have a kids zone, food trucks, of course, vendors will be there, local businesses and organizations supporting our veterans, and a free concert, live concert to end the day, open to all, and that is October 11th. So I would encourage you to go and support the vets. I mean, really, they're why we have the freedoms we have.
And did you mention that the Miami Valley Veterans Museum is going to have some stuff there too?
Absolutely, yeah. They're going to be there and representing. And if you've never been there, that is a phenomenal place to go to. And then we have Fall Farm Fest. It's October 11th through October 12th, and that's at the Lost Creek Reserve in Troy. And it's you have Lost Creek and New Agricultural Heritage Center, and it's amidst the tree-lined lanes and colorful foliage at Lost Creek Reserve, which should be really nice. It's a 2-day festival. Thousands of people will join in on the fun to celebrate Miami County's agricultural heritage. General admission is free, but there are charges for pumpkins, pony rides, and corn maze and corn maze / shooter. I don't know what that is.
I don't
You
know
what
either,
that-
but it sounds scary to me.
Yeah, but
If I go into a corn maze, I have to take a scythe with me because I got to cut down that corn. I'm going to get out of there.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the website will be at the end of the show, but it's MiamiCountyParks.com. So that should be a lot of fun. Something to do in the fall, which is really good. And then we have PRG Hot Pink Country Night at the Exchange. The Exchange is in Pleasant Hill, 210 West High Street, and it's a night of live music. There's going to be a mechanical bull. Have you ever been on one?
Oh gosh, no.
I haven't either, and I probably would break my neck if I did. But there'll be food trucks, beer, line dancing, so much more to help the local ladies fighting women's cancer. So that's a good cause too. So that's why it's called Hot Pink Country Night. So that's at the Exchange in Pleasant Hill, October 6th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
You know, the only time I've ever been on any kind of an animal like that was the merry-go-round.
Was
I
it
rode
what?
up and
A wagon?
merry-go-round.
Oh, a merry-go-round.
I was on the horse.
On a merry-go-round.
Yeah, and I'm good at that.
You've never been on a real horse?
Well, one time, and that's what taught me not to do that.
We did that. My wife and I went riding once when we were in Colorado up in the mountains. And I'll tell you what, it was fun, it was beautiful, it was wonderful. But boy, that night, my back end hurt like you wouldn't believe.
I know, because you bounce up and down,
And you're not used to it, yeah.
And I got hit in the head with trees because you're up there high.
Well, I did too. You know what the name of my horse was?
No.
Duck.
Duck.
And he got it legally because, boy, every time there was a low branch, he'd go over there to it, and so you had to duck. But anyway, that was fun. So and then. At Hobart Arena, Aaron Lewis and the State Liners is going to be at Hobart Arena. That's a Vermont-born powerhouse, first success with Stand, 2000-era hard rockers who injected meditative muscle into an era better known for mindless aggression. Yeah, well, that's quite the description. But anyway, they're going to be at Hobart Arena on October 17th, and that's at 7 to 10 p.m. And we'll have the website, hobartarena.com/events there. And I think I'll do one more, and then I'll save the rest for later. Then at Johnson Farm, Fair Market Fair at Johnson Farm. And that's Saturday, which is the October 18th, I think. It's 10 a.m. to 6, and then Sunday, October 19th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, but you can come farm to shop early for the holidays. Historic vendors with live oxen hard at work. Watch art being created by demonstrators of the past. Hear the music of times gone by and visit the cutthroats, thieves, and scoundrels if you dare. So that's at Johnson Farm. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. But that's johnsonfarmohio.com. So that'd be fun to do.
They got lots of good events going on out there.
Oh, they do.
You know, we missed a really important event last time that occurred on the last day of the program. Did you know that?
No, what event was that?
Well, on August the 24th, which was our last program, it was National Waffle Day.
Oh my goodness!
And we missed it.
I don't know how. I
found out after. Well, I thought it would be. I spend a little time about the waffles now because there's all kinds of waffles. I mean, we've got fair waffles. We got breakfast waffles. We got dinner waffles. Who wants a waffle with chicken on it? You probably would.
Oh, I would. I would take it with some syrup. Oh man, yeah, that
syrup on chicken on waffles.
Yeah,
good for you, not for me. Okay, so anyway,
that's good.
Those fair waffles, though, those are really good.
I'm familiar with those.
Oh, yeah. And, in September, well, all through the summer up through the end of September, West Milton Firehouse sells those. And so they just had their last sale. And I'm still getting the powdered sugar off my shirt. But it's just such a good thing. And so that's really nice.
I bet you I've fried probably fair waffles. literally in thousands.
Really?
Thousands of them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, our church used to do it at the 4th of July celebration. Out at Fountain Park.
Fountain Park. Yeah, that would be a good one.
And we did a bunch of them.
Well, now you know. Tom Lillicrap has fair waffles.
I didn't. And I think that's fantastic.
At Bits and Pieces at the ice cream store downtown, he called me up and he goes, "We got fair waffles," because he knows the program. He knows fair waffles. And so I had to go down there and get my fair waffles. And
Were they good?
They're really good. And what's nice about them is they hold up. So if you can stay out of the bag, it'll hold up for a couple of days.
There's the problem.
I know, yeah.
There's the problem. I can't do that. But that's good. That's really good to hear.
Well, you know, we had a president who really enjoyed breakfast waffles.
Did he?
Yeah. And he had his own recipe, and it was real popular. Do you know what president that was?
No, not really.
John F. Kennedy.
Oh, wow.
From the time he was a senator, he was eating those fair waffles. And by the way, we have that recipe, and I think AJ's going to do something with it so that you all can share in it. But it's a really good recipe, and it's different. It's not the same as what you think of when you get Bisquick and put a little stuff in it and stick it in a waffle iron. This is a true recipe. So I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, while we're at it, might want to talk about cookies.
Ooh.
Yeah, your daughter makes them for my wife, you know.
Yeah, I know she does.
Chocolate chip cookies. Oh my gosh. Do you ever think about chocolate chip cookies? You think about Nikki, because my wife thinks her cookies, and your wife makes them, and some other people that we know make them, and they all share with my wife, and I usually sneak in and get some, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, if they're there.
Do you know where chocolate chip cookies came from?
No.
Massachusetts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Massachusetts. There was a chef in Massachusetts, and she was making those cookies because she had stuff and she didn't know what to do with it, so she decided to make cookies.
Could they get chocolate chips back then?
Nope. 100 years ago.
I was going to say.
They were invented in the 30s. Ruth Wakefield was I wonder if she was related to the people who had the fight, you know, the Wakefield.
I don't know.
Anyway, she was a chef, and she is the one who made the cookies first time. She had a restaurant called the Toll House Inn. Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting?
And the cookies were originally Toll House cookies, or chocolate crunch cookies. That's what she called them. The cookies were favorite, and after she published a book, Tried and True Recipes, they became a sensation in our country.
All right.
Originally, we could not buy chocolate chips.
No, I was going to say.
So she'd take a block of chocolate and an ice pick. No, she
just chopped it. Oh.
Yeah, chop it up. And so it was just hunks of chocolate. I think that'd be better than
chips, yeah.
In the cookies. And she called them chocolate chip cookies because she was chipping the chocolate off the block of chocolate.
That's right.
1939, Nestle got permission to use a recipe to promote its chocolate and started including the recipe in advertising.
Yeah.
She got $1 for that.
Well, that's good.
She sold the recipe for $1. I wonder, was that a good idea? It makes me want to think of the McDonald family, because they had the same kind of. Anyway, but she got chocolate for life from Nestle's.
Oh, well, that's good.
Along with that. And they hired her as a consultant. So anyway, Toll House semi-sweet chocolate chips and chocolate chip cookies.
Yep.
So that was.
They're a little sweet for my blood, but I still like one every once in a while.
Well,
so I've got some more. I've got some more events.
We're running out of time. You know, we got to get over there to the Bethany.
Yeah, I know. So October 18th, 12 to 6 p.m., Harvest Days, downtown Piqua. Old-fashioned fall fun in downtown Piqua. So they have, this year features big games, pumpkin bowling, that ought to be fun, corn pit for the littles, pet parade, costume contest, face painting, live music, craft fair, food trucks, all that good stuff. So
sounds good to me.
That's Harvest Days in downtown Piqua, and for more information, mainstreetpiqua.com. That'll be good. And then Bruckner Nature Center is doing a haunted woods, because Halloween's coming up. So that's they're at Horseshoe Bend Road, if you've never been there. It really is a nice place to go to. But they have illuminated lit trails and stop at 6 stations along the way. And you can bring your own flashlights and all that. Tickets are purchased prior to the event by calling 937-698-6493 or mailing info@Bruckner Nature Center. And also you could probably go to the website, which we'll give you. And then, so that's October 18th, 6 p.m. to October 19th. And then also, it's also October 26th at 6 p.m. and October 25th, and then October 26th at 8 p.m. So there's a lot of different events, but those will be coming up again, and we'll remind you again of that. And then Hometown Halloween in Troy, downtown Troy, and it's Hometown Halloween kick off with the Hobart Government Center, where attendees can participate in costume contests. So there's another costume contest, and it will begin promptly at 9 a.m. But there's all kinds of good stuff there again. Of course, trick-or-treating, downtown businesses. So anyway, that should be a lot of fun for people, for kids especially, and that's put on by the TroyMainStreet.org. So that's Halloween, Hometown Halloween in Troy. For more information and all the information, you can go to the website. And then American Ride, a Toby Keith tribute at the APAC, Arbogast Performing Arts Center. That's October 27th, October 25th, 7 to 9 p.m. And there again, that should be a great time. And I know I'm getting a little ahead of where past where our next show is, but I think it was important to hit these. And then at Hobart Arena, Joel Nichols, that'll be October 25th, 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. And he also will have a special guest, American Idol runner-up John Foster. And I was trying to remember John Foster because we watched American Idol. And I was trying to remember him, but I'm not sure I did. Or I can. But I'm sure he was pretty good to be a runner-up for American Idol. So anyway, but that's John Nichols at Hobart Arena, and that'll be a good concert. And then that's it.
Well, it always surprised me how many events really are going on around our area.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody can complain that there isn't anything to do.
Right. And to be honest, I only hit some of the highlights. There's a whole lot more events going on that we just don't have time to do. So, but anyway, now I think it's time to show our visit to the Bethany Center. Don't you think?
Yep, I think so.
AJ, roll our video. Well, here we are at the Bethany Center, and it's really a cool place. And as the logo says up there, you're a stranger here but once, and that's important to know because there's a lot of people come in here who have needs, and we try to serve them as best we can.
That you're a stranger but once, that really works with Sean, because Sean is one of those people, I swear he can remember everybody's name.
I know, I can't.
They come in and he immediately calls them by name and makes them feel at home. So that's definitely lived by at this
Absolutely.
facility. And then
Absolutely.
you got the Bethany Center logo in the middle. And then what about this mind, body, and spirit?
Yeah,
which is
feeding mind, body, and spirit, which is important.
Part of what the school is.
Which is what's on the shirts too.
Yep, you are set.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his uniform on because he's supposed
to be working
so
right
we're going to put him to work when we get in the kitchen. But in the meantime, AJ, one of my favorite things that makes me smile every single time I come here is over there on the side wall, and I want you to get a picture of it because it was back in the day when there was a water fountain there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's the coolest thing to see. So we're going to go over here. This has nothing to do with the Bethany Center. It's just a cool feature that's been left from the past.
Yep.
I think that's really neat. And there used to be a water fountain right there, and kids would come get a drink, and I can only imagine that they were really surprised or happy to see that.
Yep. Yep. So hey, why don't we go? Let's go meet Sean.
Okay. Hopefully he's out there waiting for us.
I think. Well, come on in. There he is.
Here's the boss.
There's the boss.
Welcome, Don.
Well, good to be here.
Nice to be here.
Sean is the person who is the executive director of the Bethany Center, and basically I'm going to say
In charge
of the building and making sure that all these things run smoothly. And Sean, tell us what you do here.
Well, thanks for coming and thanks for highlighting the Bethany Center and the different areas of the outreach. Really, I feel like I'm just a traffic cop because I have such great volunteers like yourself, and you're going to see Ray and Paige today, and you're going to see the folks in the food pantry and the soup kitchen. We have around 50 monthly volunteers, but over the course of the year, over 300 volunteers, because church groups will come in, businesses will come in. So really, it's a lot of, this is an opportunity for you, and just pointing, and then you guys do the hard work. So,
I find it fun. It's not hard work. It's fun.
it isn't. It isn't hard work. It is fun.
Although sometimes we're on a tight schedule.
Yes.
But
no different than a restaurant, which we've run before, and there are schedules going on. And today, I mean, today's just one of those busy days. We have lunch being served. We'll have the food pantry. The food truck's coming, bringing 8,000 pounds of food. The Miami County Public Health will be here. We'll also have the clothing bank going on. So you're just getting pulled in a lot of different directions.
Lots going on.
It's fun actually to watch, to see all the activity going on and all the volunteers here to make it work.
Absolutely.
That brings me to a question. So on a daily basis, I know the answer because we're here.
Well, yeah,
but what is the number you plan on, like, for lunch every day?
Obviously, it flexes, right?
Yes.
But right now, we're pushing around 90 a day. In the summer, sometimes it was.
I know one time it was 120 when I was here. One day it was 120.
We did 130 that one day.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so we do. There are kids that come in the summertime, but thankfully, the Salvation Army has a great feeding program. So every kid can have a meal, but there's still some that'll come in with their parents for lunch.
I know, there's a family of 10 that came in this summer, and when we saw them, we had to get roll up our sleeves and start food on for them.
And you know, as far as our guests, what Wilma used to say is, what we do here makes a difference in their monthly budget, by and large.
Absolutely.
If they can come get some food, some groceries, lunch, some clothes, that helps. Especially, we got a lot of folks on fixed incomes, plus the homeless.
Sure.
And then this community center side of things, sometimes people just need interaction, you know. Mother Teresa said, that need for love is harder to fill than the need for food. So some people just want interaction and
fellowship,
the community fellowship.
And as I've told many people, you're the perfect person for that.
Yeah.
Because number one, you remember names of people, and you make them feel comfortable, not embarrassed about what they're doing.
But you know what's great is, like, so you guys free us up to go out and interact with the guests. Otherwise, we'd be in there cooking and doing dishes.
Sure.
So you make that possible by freeing us up to go interact with the guests and get to know their names.
Well, let's go in the kitchen and see what's going on now.
See what's cooking.
And you got to get busy.
I know. I got to get.
You got the uniform on.
Well,
here's
the kitchen. Here's where things go.
The brains of the operation.
That's.
Oh, you know what?
Thursday. Oh yeah, there's.
For those of you who you should all remember, if you've been watching our programs, that you should know this young lady, because we went to her house and she and Jerry did an amazing pasta dish for us for a luncheon.
Noche Pepe.
Yes, that was delicious.
Ooh,
And I've made that 3 times since.
Have you?
Yes, I have. And I've had other people tell me that was such a nice recipe because it was easy to do.
Right.
But here she is at a volunteer pace doing some extra work to get ready for
Doing
today.
the Lord's work.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
It is the Lord's work.
Get ready for lunch.
Yes.
Can you introduce these hard-working people that I'm looking at?
I'm Lisa.
Lisa?
Hi, Lisa.
Angie, right? Angie. I'm Angie. And I think you should be all over his case. He's supposed to be working.
I'm supposed to be in here, yeah.
He diverted today, and that's okay.
That's his fault.
Blame it on Don.
Yeah.
And then we have Monty's here a lot of time too.
Yes.
Monty Moeller, which you might have seen him last year in Halloween
Miss
show.
you, Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Sure do.
He's a good worker too. Well, you know, he got the award for the beans.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
So are you following his
Well,
recipes?
I try to because I don't actually get to watch him make it all the time. So I kind of see him making it. So yeah, we kind of emulated it.
You know, you people have
But he
learned,
makes it different every time because
you've
He
learned
does.
something
It's
really
whatever
good.
he's got.
whatever he's
Because
got.
I was
It's whatever
making
we have.
macaroni and cheese one time
So-
in these foil pans, and I didn't have it in a stainless pan. We had macaroni and cheese under there, over there, all around it, all over my pants, my feet. Oh my goodness! So this smart move.
Yeah,
We
they're
didn't.
not-
We
This
didn't
is
get your
really,
name though.
We're going to go right in.
We did.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
This is a
I
busy
must have been
place, as you
sleeping.
can tell, because we only have, so much time to get lunch ready for
Do what?
usually about 100 people. So, we start in here approximately 9 o'clock, and we have to be ready to serve by 11:30, which means a lot of times, just like now, they have baked beans that have to go into the oven, and that takes some time. Sometimes it's easier than others, but there's always things that have to be done. Usually what they get, excuse me, usually the meal they'll get some kind of a protein, and then like baked beans or green beans or something like that, and then also a dessert. And sometimes we have a special dessert, an extra dessert, but it's really a good meal, and it tastes good, and I think people are very appreciative. Like today, it looks like they're getting applesauce and also some cookies. We have some cookies there, and baked beans, and looks like sandwiches.
Well, you know what else too?
What?
We were here before because we taped the moving in of the stove.
The stove,
And
yes.
Since you saw that in one of our early programs, it's gone through a huge amount of work.
It has.
Because it's a workhorse for us.
It is so appreciative that we have that.
Yes, and then of course
makes a
there's
big difference.
the ovens. And AJ, if you could get a picture over here, one of the donors that we have is Chick-fil-A in Troy, and you can see that today there's going to be
Chick-fil-A
sandwiches as part of the meal. So you can see it here ready to go. It's going to be cooked because it's been pre-cooked at the Chick-fil-A. It'll be a very quick process in the oven.
Just to heat it up.
And it'll be ready to go on a sandwich and be amazing. Are you going to put those
I'm
in
going
here?
back in there, yep.
This is where the accident with the macaroni on the floor was.
Yeah. See, we're going to make the sandwiches and wrap them, right?
We are.
Yeah.
We're going to actually make them as
Okay.
to order because it's just,
It holds pretty well.
The sandwich don't get all soggy.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
We used that chicken last week, and we made something altogether different. It's amazing when a donation is given, what we can do with it. We can turn it into something completely different than its original
Right.
purpose.
Yes, which, is, that's the soup kitchen, right? Which you're bringing,
Have to have
you're
your-
taking what you have. You mentioned something about the stove. I thought this would be a great opportunity to highlight how the community supports us with all the equipment that's in here.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
This stove right here, or this oven here, there's a two-part contribution. One from the Valley Church back in like 2017, and then ITW gave us a discount on this stove.
Oh, nice.
This stove you guys did a video on,
Yeah.
and that came from Westminster, who got it
Westminster.
from Pickle Community Foundation.
Right.
This stove down here was brought in from the Scott family when we first opened. Ben Scott, Wilma wanted a stove like that, and Ben Scott went and got it for her.
Wow.
And then this
Nice.
refrigerator
Look at that.
we got this year, this is a $6,800 refrigerator donated by Hobart ITW Food Group. So and then over here, our our kitchen set up, that's the influence of Three Joes, who's also a corporate sponsor.
Okay.
So there you got ITW involved.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the foundation involved. You have a church involved. You have businesses involved. So that's how the community comes together to make
and
this
it
happen.
does come together.
And then
That's
all
really,
the food donation that comes in. So that's really a good thing. You know, it's just amazing. And since Sean's been here, there's been so much change just by virtue of getting more equipment, making it easier for us to actually do the work that we do and serve as many as 100 meals at a time. So it's really been good.
Well, I want to piggyback off of that because I think it's important, the value of a volunteer. You know, it's not just time, it's your talents. So you as a former restaurant owner, Three Joes as restaurant owners, you were able to guide us on adding a more professional kitchen than we already had. So you brought that talent here and know-how, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, I was in charge of the spice rack.
Yes.
So, you know,
because that's important.
and we were so ill-organized, and I went to a garage sale, and I had to negotiate the price to $2, and it's been
To $2?
$2. I was pretty impressed.
What a bargain.
I know. I worked
seriously.
And she's going into the walk-in.
Big cooler,
which
the
is
big
really
walk-in
cool.
cooler.
Oh, I thought maybe you were just going to cool off.
So, sometimes it feels good to go in there because this kitchen can get a little hot sometimes.
You know, this program's going to be in October, but tell me, Darla,
Yeah.
when's the restaurant going to open over there? Everybody wants to know that too.
Well, we would like to open Saturday. It's a possibility, but more likely it'll probably be more like Monday.
So in September, so by the time you see this, Three Joes will be back in operation. My whole family is in mourning.
So it's
My cousin,
Kay and I.
yeah, my cousin from Arcanum is like, every time I come over, we go to Three Joes, and we were there, and there wasn't any Three Joes. What are we doing? So I'm glad that's happening too.
Big expansion for our kitchen is going to be a great help. Hopefully it'll make us more efficient. We don't get more seating out of this, but it makes us more efficient.
Well, I figured
It allows us to turn our tables a little.
Over.
I figured you had to do the kitchen first and then do more seating because you can't keep up. Well, now we have come into the area that is used to give out groceries to families, and Evan's going to talk a little bit about this area of the Bethany Center. It's amazing what all occurs in this building, as we've said already, and this is just one part of it that we want to show you right now. So Evan, tell us really how this works right here.
Okay, so the food pantry is really kind of the heartbeat of the Bethany Center. It's one of the biggest operations that we have. So basically, any family, anybody can come in who needs any type of assistance at all. They come in, let us know their family size, and then we get them set up with as many groceries as we can afford to give out. So,
And everything they get is free.
absolutely.
And do you do a background check or anything like that?
No, everything's free. There's no questions asked. They come in. If they need help, we help them. That's as simple as that. So.
And that's done on a weekly basis?
Every week on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Anybody can come in, and we have all the volunteers here to help and facilitate everything.
Now, we're going to meet some volunteers a little bit later, but before we do that, we just thought we would look around, and we've got a lot to see in this room because it's really kind of amazing. When a family comes in, they take a bag, is that correct?
Yeah, so every individual or family, they're going to get everything you see here. They all get the same amount, regardless if it's one person or 8, a family of 8. The difference really lies within the protein. As if you're a big family, you're going to get more protein than just a family of 1 or 2.
Sure.
So you get upscaled on your chicken, your beef, things like that.
Because we've got the meats back over there, and they're frozen, and that allows people to put those away for the use for a month. And you can see it's a pretty good size serving, amount of servings. And for a month,
I mean, this looks like a lot of food, but for a month, a family of 4, this is not a lot of
This
food.
is not a lot of
Right.
food. No.
We simply can't fill in the gap to
Right.
feed everybody for a full month without any worries. We do our best to give out as much as possible.
Sure.
And where do you get all this food?
We get a lot of it from Shared Harvest. They're a huge supplier in what we do. So without them, we really probably wouldn't be able to accomplish.
Now, our
nearly as
audience
much.
may not know what Shared Harvest is.
So Shared Harvest they're a large food bank down in Fairfield. And what they do, they're a big distribution center, essentially. So they have a large warehouse, large freezers that can store mass amounts of quantity. So we order from them, and they ship up a truck with everything we need on it. And that's how we get a large majority of our inventory.
And how do they get it?
Yeah, we get trucks twice a month,
Yeah,
right?
twice a month
Twice
is
a month.
when we get trucks delivered here.
Yeah.
And they just kind of get it, various donations from kind of the same way we do. Different businesses is largely where they get their old inventory, like Kroger's, Walmart's, things of that nature.
Well, I did notice this bread that I like and eat at home is in this grouping, and it's right from Kroger. It says Kroger on it.
Yep.
So Kroger is a major donor to the Bethany Center.
Absolutely.
And Walmart and
Yes, they all play a huge part in what we do. Even McDonald's, Dobo's up in town. So we have a lot of great suppliers, and not to mention this is all even before just all the locals that come in and sharing what they can. It might just be a bag of 3 or 4 cans of vegetables, things
Right.
like that. And so every bit that we get goes such a long way, and that's always so special when just the regular community folk come in and give anything they can.
well, Bill, we did the program with Nancy Mullenbrock.
Yes,
And
yes,
then
we did.
after we finished the program, Nancy had a party with the food we cooked
Right.
that day, and the only request she had of her guests was to bring canned goods in that were then donated here.
To Bethany.
So
Yep.
it was really nice. I carried them in and shared them with Sean when we first came in. So I know for those of you who are out there who grow garden foods, when it gets near the end of the season like this, sometimes people are overwhelmed with those groceries and those foods like tomatoes and potatoes, cucumbers. I mean, we've made 10 gallons of dilled cucumbers
so
from people who have made donation. And we get in those and eat them sometimes.
We do.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, what I'm trying to say then to you all out there who are watching, if you've got anything in your gardens and you're not sure what to do with it, and you've given it to all your friends now, and when they see you come and they close their door, well then why don't you just bring it right on down to the Bethany Center, because it will either end up in a bag like here
or for lunch,
or be used as a lunch item. And I noticed too, not only do we have food items, but over here I'm looking at toothbrushes and toothpaste and things of that sort.
Yeah. We have toothbrushes, floss. We have every type of toiletry item you can imagine. We have other things too, like laundry detergent, any type of cleaning supply, anything that gets donated we can use. So there's people that come in, they say, I have a dog, I need help, pet food, toys, treats, things of that nature we can help. For babies and infants, we got formula, diapers, baby wipes, and then trying to think. But really, just we cover everything you can imagine. If it gets donated, we think we can use it in here to give out if somebody might need it. If there could be random things like they might need a backpack, things of that nature.
Sure,
Carry all the food. We can help them however we can.
It's really amazing.
It
and
is.
if you look down AJ, if you can just look on down, you'll see shelves of food that are just sitting here ready to be bagged up and put into bags that will be given away. And behind us, we have refrigeration and freezer that has all kinds of stuff that will be going out as people come in to share. It's interesting because it's all kinds of things. I mean, it's not when there's something extra that needs to go away from one of the stores, it comes here. So
Can you imagine some kids who don't get hardly any treats, and all of a sudden they've got caramel apples? They would just
Affy Tapple.
yeah, Affy
Affy
Tapple.
Tapple. I don't know.
Well, that's the big thing too, Don, is and Bill, is if we got it, we give it. And so whatever we get in, we get a lot of cakes and donuts and dessert type items like that. So it's just always a special treat that we
And I know
out.
on Wednesdays and Thursdays, this is a busy
yes.
place.
It's very busy in the afternoons on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and it's very fulfilling and rewarding to be able to uplift people. People come here from all walks of life, and they just need help, and it's amazing to be able to help them. And whenever we can give them some bonus things like that, it's always awesome.
It's just really, really special. You know, for years and years, I didn't know what went on over here at South Street School.
Yeah.
This, by the way, that's where we are. The building is South Street School, the old South Street School.
Yeah.
And I give credit to this whole organization for the maintenance of the building too, because it's no small feat to keep a building of this size operational. So I thought it might be good, just as we finish this piece of our program today, that we have a couple of the volunteers who actually work in here come in and just say hi. They're kind of going to be busy getting this all put together, but I thought you should at least meet a couple of the people who volunteer. So we're going to bring those in right now.
Well, here we are, and now the exciting time is we're going to introduce you to some of the people who are the backbone of this, that really work hard. And I'm going to have them tell you their names, and they can tell us a little bit about what they do.
Okay, my name is Marty Davis. I've been here 11 years, and I'm basically the coordinator of the pantry.
Okay, next.
I'm Shirley River, and I just sort food in the rows here and put them in boxes for the customers.
I'm Tammy. I do basically the same thing as Shirley. We volunteer. I've been here 3 years. I pack the bags of dry goods and canned goods.
So what do you guys find the most rewarding about this?
Helping people.
Yeah, I was going to say that's really important, and you guys do a super job, because I've been come in here a couple times and brought stuff and all that, and you guys are running all over, and just because your busy days are really Wednesdays and Thursdays. That's when you're the busiest, right?
Yep.
That's when they give out. So that's really great. So thank you for what you do.
Yes.
It's amazing.
We're glad to be able to serve the Lord.
All right. Amen.
Okay, we're outside the food pantry now, and I want you to look at the stage here, because as Evan said, the shared harvest comes in a couple times a week or a month, isn't it? And when they come, they bring huge pallets of food that then we can distribute.
Yes,
and the really cool thing about this is, Sean, don't you have a company that comes over and helps unload sometimes?
Yes. Crane Pumping Systems, they do a lot here, volunteering, not just to help unload, but also wherever we need them at. So today they've been in the clothing bank, they've been in the kitchen. They'll come in and help us unload the truck here in a little bit.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And there's a big shout out to that company too, because they send employees over, and those employees are still on their time card.
That's correct.
And they're being paid, but yet the company has put this as a priority of their employees to work, and it helps the employees understand too the giving that's necessary. But Sean, you're going to take us down to the men's shelter, so let's go ahead and start walking that direction.
Okay, yeah, and now we're leaving what is kind of the community space where they eat lunch, and also where they come in like a community center and have their donuts and coffee, and then we'll head down to the
By the way,
shelter.
donuts and coffee, you talked about that too. That's a donation also, isn't it? Don't you have a company that provides the coffee for you?
We got a grant from the Pickle Community Foundation a few years ago, but currently nobody's sponsoring it right now.
Okay. So there's somebody.
There's an opportunity
there's an opportunity out there to talk to Sean. Maybe you could help sponsor. I know they really appreciate those donuts and coffee in the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's walk on down to the
And we do have the charging stations here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And both the men's and women's room is 2 showers in each, so people come in and take showers
So they
during
can
the day.
shower.
And you know, that surprised me too, as a person who works in the kitchen, and how many people actually take advantage of the opportunity to come in here to get a nice shower. And you provide the towels and soap and so forth for them. And it's just another service that's provided by the Bethany Center.
Yep.
And it'll surprise you sometimes, or some folks too, who takes the shower. So it's not only the homeless, it could be couch surfers, people living in their cars.
Yep.
Somebody got their utilities got shut off, so they're in a pinch and they can come at least get a shower.
And some of them even carry bottles, and you fill it up with water for them.
Yes.
I've seen that too.
Yep.
So, well, here's the men's shelter, and the all-knowing is in here. Joe is the coordinator of the shelter itself, and so we're going to meet Joe here, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about this area of the old school, now Bethany Center.
Bethany Center. Yeah.
Welcome, Joe.
Welcome. All right, well, we'll be running from March 15th from November 15th to March 15th. And the way this works is the men can come starting at 8 o'clock. And then they can come to this door here, and we'll let them in. And then they can take a shower or whatever. You know, we go through a protective procedure where we check them, the bags and everything, to make sure no drugs or weapons are brought in, to make sure the men are safe.
Right.
And then this area here is, we feed them, and we kind of feed them through the microwave, because the kitchen is just strictly for, the Bethany Center. And this is a separate issue, even though it's like
part of the building.
Right.
And we get a lot of donations, and then we get the meals. They're good meals. I mean, we go through the health procedure and everything to make sure that they're fresh and all that.
I think we in the Bethany Center sometimes package meals to send down, don't we?
If we have extra,
So the Bethany Center makes sure that the food is here.
Right.
And that's either whether we obtain donations through Kroger's. Kroger's gave us a nice donation last year.
Yeah.
We've written a couple grants this year. And like he was saying, ideally the microwavable stuff, so that it's quick. You don't know how many guys are going to eat, and they can have that for breakfast and dinner, which is nice. I also wanted to mention too, we are a men's shelter, and the background on that is that there is a very strong women's shelter in Miami County, and they have 40 beds available for women and children. So in coordination with them and not duplicating services, there was a need for men. They have 16 beds available for men year round, but there was a gap where there's men in the wintertime. So that's where we came in. And so that's why it's a men's shelter. And if women show up, then we can partner with the family abuse shelter or other places to get them housed.
And I know that you personally have taken people to those shelters if they have no other way to get there.
We have volunteers available. So if somebody was to show up, I can call some volunteers. And somebody yesterday, another woman yesterday said, you can call me too.
Call me,
So we'll call. We got some women that'll come take the women to different shelters, and then if it's a man, then we can take them to another shelter if they want to get closer to Cleveland or Columbus or something like that.
Now, that's another thing we need to say too, because it's another opportunity for those of you who are watching. If the food part of it isn't interesting to you, maybe the shelter part would be of help, where you could help out, and it would be something that I know Sean and Joe would really appreciate, all the volunteers they can get, because it takes a village to run this operation.
So, Joe, would you say that probably cleaning the linens, if we could have people come in at night or in the morning, afternoon to help clean the linens, that would be a big help to Joe and his staff.
Can we see a place where they stay?
This is one of the dorms. We have 2 dorms, and as you see, we provide them with a place to sleep. We provide them with a container where they can put some personal items in, because like you said, a lot of the guys are homeless. And everything they're carrying is on their back. But we also have to be health
conscious too. Yes.
So bed bugs and things.
Right.
So what we do is every month we have them come in and spray, and we rotate their linen, and we try to get it done at least once a week. But, the goal is to make it twice, you know what I'm saying? But, with like
again, that would be volunteers.
Right.
If you have volunteers, you can do it more.
Without volunteers, then it goes to the staff.
Right.
And we have this 4 or 5 of men, and I usually open up. And then, like I say, when they come in, I go through the procedure and give them the rules and regulations, and then I give them a chance to eat, and then I give them a chance to, take care of their hygiene. And as you see, we got it set up where we got cameras in here. We got a notice on the door to let them know that we're monitoring them, and it's only for their safety. It's not like we're watching them. But if something happens, we can go back to the camera and detect who started what and all that. But so far, this will be our 4th season, and we haven't had any real issues.
Okay.
That's really
now, I've noticed you have 2 areas.
Right.
So what's the difference?
Okay, now this area here is for older men.
Okay.
We try to keep guys in here in their late 40s on up. And then we keep the younger guys in the second dorm back here.
Okay.
Which is, from 18 until,
till 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's, it kind of takes care of itself. But like I said, I've been really impressed with a lot of times you get a lot of riffraff, because I go down to Dayton to Gateway, which is a different monster.
Right.
But they got a lot of things going on, and but here it was till minimum. So, and then the guys here, they kind of know each other, a lot, because it's a smaller community.
Sure.
So they kind of watch out for each other and everything. So it kind of takes care.
That's
each
kind of
one
nice.
washes each other's hands.
Well, you're to be congratulated for your efforts.
Absolutely.
It's not an easy. I couldn't do what you do. I mean, there are some of us who just need to be the background, and then there are people like you who run the place, and I think that's an important,
absolutely,
a very important part. And I know you're very caring, and I know that you take good care of these people as best you can with their situation and what's available to you.
Right, and then even on that note, Sean being the director, he's even reached out further, where we got some programs set up, or we got volunteers who are over different organizations who come in and give the men, they kind of screen them. He'll screen them and see what they actually need and what their wants are, because a lot of these guys are just going to be homeless. That's just how they want to live. But then you get some guys who got put out or lost their job. They might even have a car, and then they come and then they save their money, and we've helped other men get situated into society. They get apartments and everything.
Oh, good.
And we've had a few of those, and they're still striving.
Good.
So
good.
That's really good. Yeah, you're definitely to be congratulated. We really appreciate you taking time this morning to show us the
men's shelters.
Yeah, it's really a great thing that is done, and I know that you should be extremely proud, because
we're glad to have somebody like you in the community.
Well, thank you.
Before we go up there, there's one thing I always have a confusion about, because this says Wilma's Place, which is the shelter, and then we have the Bethany Center. They're 2 completely separate organizations meeting in the same building. Would that be correct? And you kind of direct both of them.
They are. So the idea behind that was, there was a cold shelter attempted in the past. We felt this time we needed to make it a separate nonprofit, so that it can show that it's standing on its own 2 feet, it can raise its own funds, and so that's been helpful. With the goal that either maybe we manage it long term, or maybe it springs off on its own and we've incubated it. But either way, there was a need here in Miami County that needed to be met, so Wilma's Place, which is named after Wilma Earls.
I was just going to ask you, what about Wilma?
Well, she had long advocated for homeless shelter, and did some cold shelters, and so this is just she planted the seeds, and so the fruit here is many years of of work and prayer, and the community came together to start Wilma's Place.
And I'm noticing on this paper, or on this poster, you have all the different services that I don't think that our community is aware of, all the different things that occur. A lunch, a food pantry, we've done that.
Yeah, we do the lunch Tuesday through Friday.
And Bill's, Bill's in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
This is Thursday.
This is my Thursday,
We're taping
and
on
I'm
Thursday,
yeah.
and he's supposed to be cooking, and here he is.
And Don made me come.
Well, we have good volunteers that stepped in to help. And then we have the food pantry, we have the clothing bank, the men's shelter, AA meetings, showers, toy giveaways, the blessing box, which is the food box outside.
Yep.
And we have some optional church services. I need to freshen this up. These hours all these services are the same. The hours have changed slightly. But those are the different services that we provide.
Well, let's go on now.
Cool. Let's go on.
Take a tour.
And we're going from this 1960s part of the building into the 1890s portion of the building.
1890s.
Wow.
When this was a 6-room schoolhouse originally, and then they added on 4 more rooms in 1905. Or it might have been an 8-room.
Think of all the kids that have walked on these wood floors.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where the optional church service takes place. Rick and Patty Nicodemus operate that on Wednesdays, and also groups come in and teach classes, like the health department came in and taught healthy living classes. So it's kind of, I call it the community room.
Okay. Where does, never mind. The county, they come in?
Miami County Public Health come in every Thursday. They'll be in today at 10:30.
Okay.
And then sometimes they teach classes up here as well.
Right.
We're in the process of painting, so you'll see some ladders and things like that in here, giving it a fresh.
This is a nice meeting room, it really is.
Yes. Chairs
Very nice.
look comfortable. It just is really nice.
And you get the feel of what the school was like.
I know, and I keep looking at this because I'll bet that's where the coat room is.
Yes.
Where the coats used to be hung, little kids would hang their coats. And
I think my wife...
have folks come in that went to school here. They love to come see the classrooms, and it brings memories. And also, as we mentioned, that there's the Wall of Fame in the gymnasium, which were handprints put on there in the 90s, of, as I understand it, kids that were students of the week. So now they're in their 30s, and they come back looking for their handprints.
And I want to make sure we see that before we leave the building today.
Yeah.
Just an idea of that, because I think that's really cool. And when you had that whole area painted, you had it painted around the handprints, so that the handprints were not painted out, which, most people just come in and throw paint over everything. But you really saved that part of the history of the building.
It is part of the history, and we like it. I mean, you couldn't ask for better artwork.
No.
So it's beautiful. It is a piece of
colorful.
It really is colorful. Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay, so where else can we go?
We're going to head over to the clothing bank. Also over here, we won't go in there. They're not quite organized right now, but in there's our toy giveaway room. And
now that's certain times of the year.
It's Christmas.
Okay.
And so Scott Family McDonald's helps with that.
Yep.
Grace Methodist Church, Kiwanis, Valley Church, and just Crane Pumps and Systems. So they all kind of help
pitch in
and thrive it. So where we come in is we supplement basically Salvation Army, the folks that didn't make it for the Salvation Army. We do have a storage room where we'll keep various storage items, but specifically we'll keep things in there for the homeless, whether it's sleeping bags or socks or gloves, hats, and things like that, so that if we have somebody from the homeless community, if it's in stock, they can have access to it. We also have our founder, Wilma Earls.
Oh.
And then her sidekick, Miss Kathy. Wilma passed away in 2021, and Kathy's still on our board. And really what's amazing is not only did they do this for over 20 years, they were both volunteers.
Yeah.
So this was all, really the foundation was laid by these two ladies saying yes, that they would do this, and
you started
volunteer to do it.
And you started out volunteering to them.
I did start, back in about 2010, I became was a volunteer. And so I was kind of in just a short transition, and I was just volunteering here at the beginning of COVID, and out of the blue, that's where they asked me to do what I'm doing now. I did not see it coming, but it was presented to me, so I said yes. So.
Good.
And we're all glad
glad you did. Yeah, we really are.
We need a leader.
Yes.
Otherwise, Bill wouldn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be the leader and lead you on to the clothing thing.
Okay.
Bill wouldn't do anything.
You can volunteer everywhere because you can do woodworking, you can do all kinds of stuff.
Now we're stepping into 1905. This was the 4-room addition in 1905.
Okay.
That may have been an 8-room schoolhouse and then the 4-room. We have some shoes out here, but then the real part of the clothing make goes in here, and then I'm going to be introducing you to Ray and Paige.
Okay.
Well, here we are with
Ray and Paige Nickel.
Hi.
And they represent Ray and Paige are kind of unofficially the leads here. They kind of coordinate the volunteers, and they come in themselves and volunteer. And so we're very blessed. They're just another example of how the community comes and serves here.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll let you guys speak with them.
All right. So would you take us in? Show us what you have.
We certainly will. We have an area that we sort all the donations that people bring in, and we are amazed at the quality of the donations that are sent in daily. Just lots and lots of people, and then corporations that come and give clothing. And so that area is all where we hang it and make sure it's all clean and it's all ready to go. And then this area is where our customers come up, and then these people can come and go through all their clothing and choose what they want.
Okay. Let's go in and see what they... Go ahead, Bill.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, very nice.
So everything's cleaned and it's been hung up. Try to put it in the order of, night clothes and women's clothes.
Women's clothes are in one area, and children's clothes are in another area, and then men and boys' clothes are over this direction right here.
It's amazing.
Okay.
When we who are not involved in this kind of thing think about it, you just think, oh, well, you get the clothes in, you put them on hangers and hang them up. But you've really gone a step further to set it up and make it really easy for people to look and see what might work for them.
Now you keep all the sizes.
We try.
I was going to say.
So many folks that are up here,
That would be a daunting task, I would think. Yeah.
And all that. Yes, it's a daunting task.
It really is amazing the number of donations that are received. And as Paige said earlier, they're really high quality clothes. They really are.
Now, is there anything that you need more of?
Most people supply that. Of course, we'll always take donations for clothing.
What about undergarments and all that? Do you deal with that too?
We have undergarments, and we have children's and adults, and
even swimming trunks and things like that.
And there's also bedding and coats and hats.
I was just going to ask about winter coats, because winter's coming. So.
Well, we've got people out there watching maybe who would be willing even to go buy a couple of things and bring them in, especially at this time of the year, thinking about coats and hats and scarves and gloves. And so even if you don't have something to donate from your house, it's okay to go buy something at Walmart or one of the stores and bring it in and donate it. And that way people who are less fortunate, because when I feel real fortunate that I don't have to come here, but there are those who are in a bad way and need that extra help, and it's really nice to know that we have people like you two who volunteer and make that all happen.
Yes.
So the other room is the sorting room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we go over there and see what
There are people there working.
That's good.
It's rather a mess now because we just got a lot of donations the other day. And so there are a lot of the bags that are there.
Well, that's okay. That just shows what's going on.
And notice here that some of our winter clothes, like coats and things,
are just now starting to put out.
And this is basically the showroom, and that's the back room.
And that's the back room. This is where our folks come and are able to go through whatever they want and take as much as they want.
Okay. It's interesting because I did bring in some clothes of mine that I was no longer wearing, and one day I was working down in the kitchen and off went one of my sweaters on somebody else. That made me feel good.
That's right. All right.
And then
Now we're in the back room. Now, how do you get your merchandise in? From
People generally bring it down to the main entrance, or they'll bring it around here, and we have people that come bring it upstairs. All these things were donated just probably within the last couple days to a week.
Wow.
And so it's your job then now to take them out of these bags and assess them.
Right.
And what
That's how
needs.
they are. Put them on the children's racks or the women's racks or the men's racks, and then they're taken in there where they're put out for our customers.
Okay, now do you do any laundry yourself?
No.
Okay, can you do, would that be something that volunteers could call up and say, we'll take things home and wash? Or
We would rather not. We have so much.
okay.
So what we have that we cannot use, we take to Goodwill. And that's what this whole table are things that people have donated that we're going to take to reuse them, to redonate them back to Goodwill.
Oh, okay.
And they take care of that. All of this is folded down, all of it's folded and put away, taken to a recycle center. These are all things, like these are the winter things. See, we've got so many donations.
Yeah.
It's just fabulous. Just
That is.
fabulous.
That's wonderful.
And part of that Goodwill thing, what's amazing about Goodwill, they save a lot of clothes from the dump. So if somebody brings us clothes that aren't very nice, we open the bag up, or maybe they're dirtier than we would like or whatnot. By taking them to Goodwill, they're going to shred it or they're going to do something positive with it.
Oh, okay.
And then there's just so many suits that you can have. A lot of people aren't wearing suits anymore, but we'll give the folks a chance to say, take the suits or whatever it might be, and then at some point our volunteers decide to pull it off, so we make room for new stuff, and then we redonate it.
Redonate it. Yeah.
And there's an area for if you're going to hunt for a job. That there's very nice clothing.
Oh, that's good.
Nice clothing for women to go out to find a job. So they don't just have to go in whatever.
AJ, look at this rack. Bring it over. All these cute little clothes that are here that, you know, I'm sure young children have outgrown, and then they come here for the next round of their use. And I notice this gentleman is taking a roller and he's doing all the preparation of those little pieces to get them ready. It's quite a project when you see all of the work that's being done.
So appreciate all the volunteers.
Oh, you can't operate it all.
You can't do it without them,
You
right?
can't do it without them.
It would be impossible to do this without the volunteers. because
Absolutely.
You'd be overwhelmed in no time.
Oh, yeah.
Have people who are doing what these folks today are doing here.
Yeah.
And as Paige mentioned earlier, each one of these racks have one is men's, one is women's, and one is children's. And that way, when they take those clothes over, they know where to put them.
Where to put them, yeah.
Where the showroom is.
We've tried separating them by sizes, but there's.
I could see that would be unbelievable, daunting task for sure. But it's amazing. It's just amazing how many clothes you have.
And they're nice.
And they are nice.
That we're using this facility, which is a school building, and little children were in here.
Yep.
In fact, this room was one of the libraries. That's why it says right to read, and this was a library. Now we're using it for another wonderful outreach.
That's right. That's right.
And it's not just for Pickwood.
It's almost my size.
And it's your size.
Almost.
Actually, one of the standards we use is that if you wouldn't wear it yourself, then don't put it out for
Don't
others.
put it out for others to wear.
That's a really good philosophy.
That's a
to
good
have.
philosophy. That really is. Very much so.
Yeah.
I see some prom dresses over there.
They're right, and right now we've got a lot of Halloween costumes coming in from people.
Yeah. So
Well, we want to thank you. Take the time to
Taking
say
the time,
thank you
yes.
to you two as leaders of this organization, this part of the
Yeah,
organization.
we just volunteer and help too.
Well, but it takes people who can have the vision to organize, and then those who can help you do the organization once you get the vision. So I know that it's important, and I know how much Sean appreciates your volunteerism and all these other people in here who are working. It's just really amazing to see volunteers at work. So,
I agree.
and I tell everybody, we've said this on 100 different programs probably,
volunteer, because there's no sense in sitting at home in a recliner.
Yep.
You're not getting anything done, and yet if you come to a place like this, something as simple as taking clothing out of a bag and setting them up for other people to fold is a job available.
And it makes you feel so good.
And the really nice thing is, Sean is one of those people who, like from tomorrow I'm supposed to be cooking, and all of a sudden I can't be here tomorrow, and I feel really bad because I'm so used to coming every Friday. But yet Sean never makes you feel guilty for a day when you can't make it, and that's a nice way to be a volunteer. That you know that if something does come up that you can't do the job, that you can ask off and you're not stuck. I like to be stuck. Every Friday I cook and that's it. But once in a while things come up we can't do that, and Sean's always willing to take that. So AJ, I think we're going to move on to the next location.